Hey everyone, it's Mark here from Not Defining. I hope you're doing well. So this is a question that I get asked a lot. How do I get away from Grindr? Right? If you are using Grindr or other similar apps, you may have been through an experience where you think, gosh, I really don't want to be using this. I don't enjoy it. It's not something that's serving me. And yet you keep coming back. How do we get over this? Well, this is the way that I have seen it work for a lot of my clients, and I want to share it with you. First of all, it's very important to cut the shame. Okay, so you're not a bad person for this. You are not alone in this. If you think about the way that the human brain, the human body has developed over centuries, this is the very first time in the last few years of human development that we've had something like this. If you think of the huge surge of dopamine that your nervous system is experiencing when you see all of those guys or whoever it is on that app, it's too overwhelming for the human body to actually process. We're not built to have these immediate connections at our fingertips. And so it's perfectly natural for sometimes our brains and our bodies to get stuck in it. It's actually a form of addiction. Okay, now that's not to make it sound scary or anything, but if you look at the way that your brain and your body is responding to the stimulus of Grindr, it's actually pretty much the same as any other addiction. Okay. Now, the mistake I think that a lot of people make is that they go, I feel addicted to something, so I'm going to abstain. Okay, now abstinence works, certainly in some cases. And what I would say is if you feel that you are in danger, if you're putting yourself into harmful situations, then abstinence can be a really good idea, at least in the short term. But the problem with abstinence is this. And by the way, if you are dealing with this and you would like some one-on-one support, you can come and connect with me. We can chat it out on patreon.com/notdefining. There's a link down below. So here's the problem with abstinence. You go on Grindr, you get your fix, then you feel ashamed about yourself because you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, or you feel like you shouldn't be doing. So you feel the shame, which feels horrible. And then you go, gosh, this is really bad. I need to abstain from it. So you cut out that thing that's making you feel good, which is Grindr. And you don't get that good feeling. So you're feeling shame, which feels bad. And you're cutting out the thing that was making you feel good. So you feel even worse. Okay? And then what tends to happen is that because you're feeling that empty void, you're just feeling so down and so crappy about yourself that you end up craving that thing that made you feel good in the first place. So then you relapse and you go and you use it again and you get that hit. You feel good for a moment and then the shame starts again and the spiral starts again. This is the cycle that so many people find themselves in, and it feels crap, right? Am I right? It feels terrible. Here is the way to break that, okay? What we need to understand about addictive behaviors is that they're not actually irrational, okay? So, like I said at the beginning, your body and your brain is actually responding to something which feels good, right? So actually, when you go on that app and your body and your brain are going, wow, this feels amazing, they're working perfectly well because it feels amazing, right? It feels amazing. So your body has a need there. Okay, your body is responding to a need. So the first thing we need to do is we need to identify that need. What is it that you are getting from Grindr that is so important to your body and your nervous system that it's giving you this huge dopamine rush? And so the way to do that is to think about the feeling that it gives you. Okay, what is the feeling that you feel when you go on Grindr? Okay, so maybe take your phone, go onto Grindr, and just notice the feelings that are coming up, and name those feelings in kind of 1, 2, 3 words. Yeah, and I want you to name the emotions. Right? So you go on Grindr, you see all these hot people, whatever. What are the emotions? Yeah, is it excitement? Yeah, is it connection? Is it intimacy? Is it fun? Is it safety? Is it something else? Is it a rush? What are the emotions that are getting met in that Grindr experience? Okay, and write them down or just notice them coming up. Those are the important things that your body is trying to get met through using Grindr. Okay, now the next thing to do is to have a think about your life in general, and have a think, where else in my life am I getting those emotional needs met? Right? Let's say that you go on Grindr to feel excitement or freedom or intimacy, right? Or belonging or connection, right? Where else do you feel excitement in your life at the moment? Where else do you feel connection? Where else do you feel desired? Right? That's a big one. Where else do you feel control? You know, whatever it is, where else in your life do you feel those things? I would be willing to bet that there is some kind of lack elsewhere in your life. It's most likely that your brain and your body are trying to get these emotional needs met that they aren't getting met elsewhere in your life. Okay? So have a think about that. And the next thing to do is to think about, okay, well, how can I take a small step to actually bring in some of those emotional needs into my wider life? Maybe you're spending your time hanging around with people who don't make you feel connected. They don't make you feel good about yourself. You know, they don't understand you, or maybe they're mean to you or whatever. Can you take a small step to move away from those people? Are there other people in your life? Who are the people in your life who make you feel really, really good? Yeah? Can you bring them in a little more? Can you bring them a little closer? Yeah? What can you do today to actively bring in those feelings into your life? Because your body is telling you something here. Your body is telling you when you're on Grindr, hey, I need these things. I'm desperate for these things. I'm starving for these things. Okay? And so many of us, particularly, you know, men in the LGBTQ plus community, we don't have that connection. We don't have that intimacy. We don't have that sense of freedom, right? Or fun or excitement. We don't feel desired. We don't feel those things. And the second thing to do, because sometimes we do struggle to actually change our lived environment. Maybe we're in an environment which is kind of difficult to change. That's okay. What I would suggest to do in that case is take the feelings, okay, take the emotional needs that you have discovered and set an intention to feel them every single day. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, take 2 minutes, okay, that's all it takes, and say to yourself, I am creating the intention today to feel connected. Or today, I intend to feel excited about life. Or today, I am committing to feeling a sense of intimacy. Today, I deserve to feel connected. Today, I deserve a bit of fun. Today, I'm going to have a great day where I feel good about myself. Today, I'm going to feel sexy. How about that? Today, I commit. I intend to feel desirable. Now, you might think to yourself, why on earth am I doing this? It's just ridiculous. This is backed up by so much science, so much psychological research. Don't take my word for it. It works. The way it works is that when you focus your brain on feeling something, you will subconsciously start to filter out things that do not align with that feeling. And you will subconsciously attract things that align with that feeling. Okay? So take the emotional needs and set the intention to feel those things. And what will start to happen if you do it regularly is that bit by bit, things will come into your life which align with those feelings. And you will start to feel them in real time. And then you will have less and less need for Grindr. What do you think? I would love to know. If you're struggling with this, please come and join us. Subscribe. I've got lots of videos on similar topics. Please come and join us. If you would like one-on-one coaching, there's a link below. I would love to work with you. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.